All right, into the weekly pack. Now, I don't say that very often, but given that this is my weekly, I really should play it as much as possible before it's gone. And it has been pretty fun so far, although it is a little bit strange. When you try and theory craft these things, you can never truly predict how it's going to turn out. And there are so many interactions between the various pets that, there's always going to be something you overlooked. And there were also things that I was well aware of in advance. I knew guinea fowl was probably going to be played a lot, especially early. But I felt like I wanted to keep that swap in there. And we do have skunk and scorpion, and also seahorse for the people who are playing elephant guinea fowl. But most of the time when I was playing, trying to record stuff, atypical teams, I was saving level ups for turn 5 and then fishing for the tier 4s. A lot of the builds that I had in mind involved some of the tier 4 units. But also we have lobster, we have can, and then on tier 5 we have turkey as well. In fact, we have alpaca. So the pivot options are pretty strong. Now, I think here, in this run, I decided just for a change, I would level up on turn 3. We get giraffe and anteater. An anteater, I think, is very good in general. It does have the slight disadvantage in this pack since we do have some of the hurt pets. The fact that you're spawning a 1 attack unit, you are basically giving them a trigger for nothing. But we've had a decent start here. We have 2 trophies. We haven't lost any hearts, although we just lose our first one there. So we can afford to risk it a little bit. So I'm going to buy the fish here, having gotten rid of the pig. We don't want it hitting. We don't want the buffs hitting the pig because we're definitely getting rid of it. And then African penguin, which is obviously the 1-for-1 swap for original penguin. I have seen quite a few people request that they change the old pets, instead of just having generic names like penguin, actually having a particular species, I guess. I'm not sure what the penguin in pack 1 would be considered, but it's still just penguin in my book. But yeah, African penguin, the idea behind it was that you're going to be able to spam waffle, gain a lot of attack, and then use lollipop to swap the stats over, which I do here. Although having lower attack, when you do that swap, you are a little bit at risk, again, of triggering all the hurt teams. You want to have the high attack to just instant kill the elephants, the guinea fowls, the blowfish on the opposing team. So buy, sell the stoat here. We get Vaquita, which I'm not really interested in. Probably shouldn't have sold that stoat because I can't really see anything that I would want to keep as a 1-1. Now, I'm going to take the melon here, I think, since we have the high attack set up. And then we're going to look for waffle. Now here I don't know why I did that. I gave waffle to the anteater when I have the African penguin. Very strange decision. But yeah, you can see here, having moved down to only 6 attack, we're not going to be able to get rid of the elephant quickly. So they do get a bunch of triggers onto the guinea fowl. However, it is only level 1. I think we're still going to lose though. 1 attack short on the giraffe. So probably a misplay on that previous turn. But 1 melon I think is probably going to be good enough. A lot of teams are not using it for whatever reason, at least so far. Mostly I just see teams with garlic, and then maybe they'll take crane later on. Which is also kind of surprising to me that there's so few people playing scorpion when that option is available. Now, here's a team that does have the melon helmet ready to go, but the rhino is going to trigger the blowfish, and we're fine. I guess scorpion, there are snipes, there's lynx. A lot of people play lynx anytime it appears in a weekly. And lynx was the replacement for leopard. Since the scaling was relatively limited in the pack, I felt like leopard wasn't particularly relevant. Although, having said that, we are doing an attack scaling team here, so Maybe I could have left it in, but there were a lot of tier 6 units that I wanted to bring in, and so, stuff had to be swapped out. In the end, I actually didn't do some of the swaps that I did want to do. The final, in tier 6, there was quite a few things I would have liked to bring in, like anglerfish as well. But I really wanted to have a decent number of pets still remaining from Turtle Pack. So it wasn't just a complete new pack with the Turtle Pack branding. So here, we get another Anteater. Now, I am a little bit hesitant to bring it in here because I think I'm realizing that I'm kind of playing myself into having a 4 squad, because if I level 2 the Anteater at the front, we're going to only get 1 ant. However, given that Lynx is relatively common, it is certainly possible for the African penguin or the giraffe to be sniped anyway. So if we do level 2 the Anteater, there are scenarios where we would still get both ants, even if it was even if it ended up being a 5 squad when we started the turn. So I get the Wolverine here and I decide I'm going to just play Wolverine with Blowfish, no elephant, and we'll just keep going along the attack scaling route. I haven't really found any more lollipops, or if I have, I've missed them. The giraffe is in desperate need of a lollipop. However, here, we are going to lose the ant, but with the Wolverine behind the Blowfish, it suddenly massively increases the damage potential when you can get multiple triggers fairly readily. So I think I'm going to start buffing the Wolverine to try and make it a bit more resistant to the Lynx teams. We do also find another African penguin. Pita bread, might as well. I included pita bread because I really wanted to do some runs where the as we get that exact scenario I was talking about, where the Lynx creates a 4 squad by itself. I wanted to do some runs where I pilled Badger to try and activate Pita Bread. Haven't been able to record that yet, but we will just take it here because, if the Wolverine gets hit by a stray snipe, it can recover a bunch of health. The 4 health giraffe is looking pretty exposed still. Another team with the ability unit at the front, but no protection on it. I guess it really just depends on whether or not you get the Gharial buy sell early enough, because then you kind of get into a situation where you don't have any space in your team to do a Badger pill anyway. So we're just going to take the popcorn on the African penguin so that it can function a little bit like honey. Although honey is in the pack as well. There are a lot of teams doing this. Kangaroo behind hippo or rhino or guinea fowl. I'll never understand the fascination with kangaroo. It does seem to be one of those pets that everyone likes to play. I just can't stand it myself. However, the reason it's in the pack is because I couldn't really find any swap that I was happy with. There are other marsupials in the game, but none of them really look anything like a kangaroo. And I know Rev wanted Wombat to be in the pack, but I just couldn't do that for him. So I think here we are going to lose yet. No surprise there. Level 3 Komodo, even though Komodo is just not great, compared to some of the other scalers, when T-Rex, Cat, Dragon, all these guys aren't in the pack, then suddenly Komodo becomes very attractive. So we do find a lollipop here, and we get the level 3 African penguin. And whale was one of the units I really wanted to see a lot of people taking, and this one has mammoth. And I think, they are going to... the hippo does survive there, however, it ends up getting sniped by the blowfish snipe. And we actually end up getting the African penguin achievement, which I didn't realize I hadn't already completed. So that was my first win in this weekly. Not the most original team, but I am working on some other things, so stay tuned for those.